I mean, just because Tim Tebow might get signed to the roster doesn't mean that he's going to be like a viable piece for the team. If
He might not even play.
Urban Meyer wants to do this, this is on him. And that's where really the responsibility should be laid at the feet of. Because when you look at the reports, it is kind of a controversial topic simply just because, look, Tim Tebow hasn't been in the league for what? Over 5 years? It's just like 2014 or like 2013. It's been a while since he's been in the league.
Almost a decade, yeah.
So when it comes to a roster spot, I think it would probably be better to find somebody who's a little bit more current at the tight end spot. There are a lot of free agent tight ends that you could be looking at to sign on the team. So the whole idea of Tebow being on the team is a questionable one for me, but I understand why, just because of the personal relationship that Tebow and Urban Meyer hold between each other. That's the reason why he's probably going to get this contract, or he's going to sign this contract. But do I think that his presence is going to help the Jaguars overall? Maybe, but I think it's going to be pretty limited at best, because I don't know how well he's going to be playing at the tight end spot. It's like you said at the top, he's mostly played his entire career as a football player as a quarterback. And now all of a sudden, after being out of the league for almost a decade, he's going to transition into a tight end. It's a whole different position to learn, and I didn't really see
just a couple of months.
I don't see a lot of room for him to really develop as a tight end. He's 34 years old. So
yeah, it's gonna be weird.
It's just a weird sign. It would be a weird signing. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Maybe they'll just sign him for depth purposes, but like it's a shaky one. It's a shaky one for me, and it's not because of his race.
No,
it's not because of that. It's because I just don't know how viable he's going to be as a player on the team. And honestly, he may even get cut before the season starts. I can't even rule that out. I can't rule that out either. So I know that my opinion is probably like all over the place here, but it's like, it's just the move wouldn't really make a lot of sense positionally speaking, but how he gets on the team, I get it. I do.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awkward situation. Once again, as everybody knows, being a big Gator fan and Urban retiring and then going to Ohio State and then retiring, and now he's coaching in the NFL. It just goes to show how tight these connections are, man. It really does go to show who you meet, who you know, really does matter. And obviously, you're sitting here like, hey, by the way, like, I want to come back, coach. Like, what are you going to do for me? And it's like, obviously, everybody knows that Tebow's not the greatest tight end that everybody's seen. He's not an undrafted free agent. He's not somebody that played tight end sometimes at Florida or in the league. But there was a lot of hype behind it. There was a lot of probably chitter and chatter about why he's coming back, or why they want him back. But I really don't have anything to say after you reiterated what it is that you went through, and it's a little crazy. It's a little confusing, but what are we gonna do at this point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's Urban Meyer's responsibility at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So whatever happens with this whole Tim Tebow thing, that's where the responsibility should be laid at. So I don't really have much else to say other than that. It'll be interesting to see if he gets signed, though. It'll be just
the rumor has it is he's going to sign this week or like at the end of the week. So I mean, we don't know the specifications of the contract. I would assume there has to be a lot of stipulations involved, a lot of incentives. There's no way they're going to give him a straight contract with money guaranteed.
It's a 1-year deal. That's pretty much what most of the reports that I've seen are circulating around. Is pretty much going to be a 1-year deal, probably on a veteran minimum contract.
And I wouldn't even give him that, bro. He hasn't been in the league in 10 years, and it's how do I give you the vet minimum of a position you haven't never played? Like, that's what I'm saying. The contract, I'm very curious to see what the contract's going to say.
It is going to be a very base salary. You're probably talking somewhere around maybe like 500,000, like 750,000. You want to build some incentives into it, that's fine. I don't know if he's even going to get close to hitting those incentives, because
no, I would doubt it, honestly. Like, you never played tight end. It's getting more physical. You haven't played football in some time. Granted, you can get into football shape, but that doesn't mean you're ready for those reps. So yeah, like Kyle said, there's not really much
there's
else to say.
There's no guarantee he's even going to make the roster by week 1.